Welcome back to another episode of Boys from the Bridge. Now today we got a great episode in store. We're going to be focusing on James Maddison. Okay, now James Maddison, I believe, is a very, very special talent. He's playing in a Leicester side right now that is really struggling, bottom of the league. Although they did beat Nottingham Forest yesterday at home 4-0, and he scored 2 of them. One of his goals, especially the free kick, was outstanding. And I think it's very important to have a player like him traveling with the England squad to Qatar because he can offer a great deal. So I'm going to be focusing on reasons why I believe it's essential for him to go. Maybe a couple of players that he could get in front of, even though I am big fans of them. And you know what? I'm a huge Chelsea supporter, so I do have a bias towards these players. But I still believe it's essential James Maddison is included in this England team. And also some stats about how good he has been for the last 6 months. Now, James Maddison almost moved to Newcastle in the summer. There was around a £50 million bid rejected by Leicester. And there are talks that Newcastle are going back in for him in January. And the fee that I think would push Leicester to sell him would be in the range of around £70 million. I think if you put a 7 in front of the number, then Leicester will sell. He only has around 18 months of his contract left. So I think if they had to wait until the summer, there's only a year left. He refuses to sign. Then Leicester are only going to get less and less. He deserves to be playing for a top 10 side at least. In my opinion, I would love to see him at Chelsea. He is a very, very, very talented 25-year-old creative midfielder. I know he's almost 26. I believe his birthday is in November. But he is very, very good at what he does. Now, let's talk about some stats for you. I got a couple here. Since the start of last season, no English attacking midfielder has gotten more goals and assists than James Maddison in the Premier League. Let me just read that again. Since the start of last season, no English attacking midfielder, now emphasis on the midfielder, has gotten more goals and assists than James Maddison in the Premier League. Now, James Maddison has got 27 goals and assists since the start of last season. You got Saka with 23, Foden with 21, Mount with 21, Sancho with 8, and Grealish with 7. So he's a long way ahead of the likes of Grealish and Sancho, and he's pretty close with the likes of Saka, Foden, and Mount. However, now, these midfielders, you also got obviously Ward-Prowse that's not included in this and always seems to get a call up. I would honestly take him over Sancho, over Rashford. I'd honestly take him over Mount. I'm a huge fan of Mason Mount. You know, being a Chelsea supporter, like I said earlier in the video, I do have a bias towards Mason Mount. But this season, he's been struggling. Now, I know form is temporary and class is permanent, so I do believe he's going to come right soon. He's been Chelsea's best player for the last 2 seasons, but currently he's just not cutting it at all. He's missing a lots of chances. The match against Crystal Palace, he missed at least 3 chances that I can just remember right now. And Maddison offers a lot more. Now, I wouldn't drop Mount out of the England team. I would think that would be very harsh. You know, the likes of Saka and Foden, I would love to start. I wouldn't even have Sterling. Now, I know Sterling's not included in this list because he's not, classified as a midfielder. He's more of, obviously like a winger or maybe in the striker category. But my front 3 for England, Saka, Foden, and Kane. Those 3 in midfield I would love to see. Imagine Maddison behind that. You could even have Kane as a number 10 and have a striker in front of him. Because, when Tottenham play, for instance, Son, Kulusevski, Richarlison, they all move around. I think Kane is very, very good on the ball when he comes a little bit deeper to receive the ball. So having Kane as a number 10 could also be an option. Southgate won't do that, though. Just an option, though. But in terms of that midfield, if I had to drop one, Sancho wasn't included, so I wouldn't choose him. I would rather have Maddison than Grealish. Now, I do believe there is an agenda against Maddison because he left the England squad a couple of years ago for, I can't remember, I think it was either being sick or injured. And that same night, he was caught going out. And I think since then, Southgate just hasn't been a fan of him at all. But Maddison, very, very, very good player. I've got another stat here. Goals and assists since May 11th. Goals and assists since May 11th. So that's obviously just before last season ended, May 11th, I believe. Erling Haaland, 17. Well, he's top. He's actually honestly killing it at the moment. He could have more. Haaland should probably have 20, 22 if, Foden passed to him a couple of occasions where he didn't. And it took a little bit of time for that Man City team to completely gel with him. The likes of Kevin De Bruyne seem to be just finding him again and again. But Erling Haaland is top of that list for goals and assists since May 11th. James Maddison is second with 14. Kevin De Bruyne is third with 14. And Harry Kane is 13. So based on stats, there's no way this player shouldn't be in the English team. I would love to hear your thoughts on James Maddison and being in the English team. I definitely think he deserves a chance. The issue with this now is that he hasn't been included in any of the Nation League games. And I doubt that Southgate is going to choose any player that hasn't been chosen in the Nation League game yet. So the probability of Maddison going to the World Cup is, honestly, I would put it at 0%. I don't believe that Southgate will choose him. Even if Maddison scores a goal in every single game or creates an assist in every single game from this moment on until the World Cup. Yeah, ridiculous. Maddison is a class player. I would love to see him at Chelsea. I know that we do have some creative midfielders, but we're just missing that spark. And I don't want to compare anyone to Kevin De Bruyne because there's no one like Kevin De Bruyne, but we miss that creative spark in midfield. We got the likes of Mason Mount, but he's just not hitting the heights as he was the last few seasons. We got the likes of Conor Gallagher that scored that outrageous goal against Crystal Palace in the 90th minute. I'm hoping he can come good and create that creative spark that we need. We have Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but I'm a big fan of Ruben. I would have loved to see him in the England squad too, but I mean, we got too many good players. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think Maddison has to go with the England squad. He can offer a lot, even just coming off the bench with 20, 25 minutes to go in the game. If, let's say, we're in the quarterfinal and it's 1-1 against Brazil and you need that creative spark, you need someone to take a free kick. I know the likes of Ward-Prowse is also very good at free kicks, but Maddison just offers so much. And I would love to see him in that team. These have been my thoughts on Maddison and why he deserves a place in that England squad going to Qatar in the World Cup. That's only like a month and a half away. Crazy to say. Love to hear what your thoughts are regarding this. But yeah, till next time. See you soon.